Hello everybody, this is burgback coming to you with yet another Starcraft 2 commentary, and in the upper right hand corner of the 1 o'clock we have Liquid Huck spawning as the red Protoss, and his opponent today will be none other than EG Idra spawning as the blue Zerg in the bottom left hand corner of the map. And great matchups here, as I should say. This is the Crossfire SC map used for GSL and the MLG that just happened in Dallas this weekend. So I'm going to just go over a little bit of the Dallas games that we have here, and the one big controversial game matchup here was these two. Idra, of course, the rage that he is. As somebody on Reddit, shout out to Reddit, by the way, EG Idra can also be I raged. Oh, how thoughtful is that? But anyway, for people who have watched this matchup, the both sides really strong players. You know, Huck, a really strong Protoss player, and Idra, of course, being a very strong Zerg player. There was a lot of controversy in this matchup, and we'll probably see that in game number 3. This is a best of 3, and I'm already saying, oh, look, we're going to game 3. So we already know kind of the outcome, and I'm kind of spoiling it. But you know what? If you're watching this, you probably watched MLG, and you probably know the story behind it anyway. So Idra going for that pool, going for the spawning pool, and of course, Huck going to be able to see that right away, see what's going on here. And Huck decided to go for that gateway right at the front of the ramp, or at the top of the ramp, rather, I'm sorry. And it looks like Huck just kind of scooting out here and gonna be denying Idra. Will he be denying Idra the... yeah, he is. Look at that. He's gonna be denying that pylon as that one drone just going out there and trying to do some kind of damage. Not going to be able to do anything there, though. The extractor coming out for Idra as well. Going to be going for that speedling enhancement, of course, probably there. And look at that. We are going to be coming down with a cybernetics core right at the gate as well, right next to that gateway. I'm going to get rid of that nameplate right there, so we have a little bit more real estate to look at here. Yeah, and as I was saying, very controversial game that we saw here at MLG. And we do go into game 3. Of course, I'm going to have to apologize now. I do not have a game 2, and I don't think anybody else has a game number 2 right now. We look at the army size, pretty similar here. And I say that because we don't really have anything to go off, but you're going to see a lot of stuff come out in game number 3. And game number 2, I'm just going to start explaining this now as we're getting into this a little bit here, as we see that Stalker starting to come out. Idra just kind of rage quit at the end of that, and we'll talk about that more during game number 3, as long as you stay by to listen in. Idra, of course, trying to get in there in that opening there, but of course this Zealot doing a great job of being able to block the ramp. Huck going in there and now going to try and do some kind of damage, or actually scouting. And he does get down. No, he does not get down. Where is he? There he is. He does come back. Now he has that Stalker friend to come with him. He does take care of that scouting drone. And, of course, Idra does have that Overlord that'll be able to get in and get some vision as well. And Idra's just kind of going up, scooting around as well, just to kind of get some vision up there as well. So we'll see what comes from this, as we are getting a sentry out now for Huck. The metabolic boost coming out for Idra. And he starts to spread that creep. And Idra is a great user here, taking out that probe. Not going to be getting in there to do any kind of vision. Great job by the Queen and those Zerglings, and that Queen there as well. Now starting to saturate, getting ready to saturate that expansion. And Idra is amazing. He is like the creep lord, so to speak, here. You're going to see amazing things come from him in any game that he plays, just with creep. You see how fast he is on spreading that creep. Pretty amazing. Bringing that pylon down here just so you can get a little bit more faster spawns, and also make a little bit more of a smaller area. As we see that Overlord coming in to scout, Idra is going to see a little bit of that Nexus. He will see Gateway number 2. Gateway, I don't think he got to see Gateway number 3 there, did he? No, he did not. He did not get to see the other Gateway, but you know what? I'm sure he is definitely thinking that it's coming. Nexus is going to be coming down. Are we going to need to cancel that? I don't think he's going to need to cancel that here, as it looks like the probe just coming out, bringing down another pylon. Again, really great choke here for these sentries if they need to put a force field down, anything like that. and just coming down, and I just thought I lost power there for a second, so I am sorry. My second monitor just went out, and I was like, oh crap. But we do have a Phoenix out here, a hallucinated Phoenix, great use of the hallucination, and that comes in the key play here during game 2, which I will talk about in a little bit. And you know, hallucination's great tool for Huck here to get some kind of some vision, and these Sentry are great force field placement there. These guys were going to be coming out, and the Sentry, of course, going to be able to do some nice damage to that. Oh, but we do still have 2 up here, and we do have a Zealot coming in with that force field did come down, and these two lonely guys just coming up here, and a Phoenix just getting all he can on vision, and Huck just bringing his units back to try and help defend, and it looks like he did get those guys taken out from these probes. So really great use there. Burrow is going to be coming down for Idra. He's going to be going for that tunneling clause as well for all of these Roaches that are out now. And as we see inside Idra's base, Roach Warrant is down. We did see that in the development tab. We look at the army tab. We are pretty even. Idra just ahead a little bit, but a lot of that could also be in the worker count, as we'll see soon. But you know, Roaches and Zerglings, I'm sorry, just getting ready into the mix, and we look in development tab again. Idra just fully incubating over here, just getting as much as he can. The Burrow almost done, and Tunneling Claws almost done as well, or I'm sorry, halfway done. And Huck just going for the defensive here, now starting to go for that level 1 damage for his footmen, as they're called. At least I call them that right now, so yeah, I'm going to probably be made fun of that. And Zergling's incoming into the base. We're going to see if they get thrown off by that photon cannon there, and he knows he can get shielded there, so he's not going for it, and Idra just pulling back yet again. We do have that Carapace coming down for his overlords, and a little bit of a battle coming up here as Stalkers pushing these Zerglings back yet again. A little bit of HP taken off on there, and again a Stalker up by the Zelnaga Tower doing just a little bit more damage to these guys, and Idra just getting a little bit of vision here, trying to see what he can. And again, the creep highway just starting to spread out as much as possible here. As the creep is spread out, Idra is just creeping slowly with his Roaches. So again, now we're getting the reconstitution from for those Roaches. So it looks like he's very much in on all these Roaches. And here comes the Overlord getting a little bit more vision now. Idra being able to see everything that's going on inside of Huck's base. And Huck just getting a nice little bit of vision here. And Idra is sending out Overlords just to spread some creep around, just so Huck cannot expand faster, you know, and so he can get a little bit of vision of what's going on. Idra just a little bit off there. He should be moving that up here, but, you know, besides that, that's all right. And again, this is Crossfire, not a very Zerg-centric map, as we go to see, but we'll see how he goes here at the end. And the Infestation Pit looks like he is getting ready to tech up even more, as he is sending out more and more Overlords. It's probably going to start seeing some creep highway coming here from Idra as we start placing them out, and his Overlord's getting ready to go. And again, with the Phoenix is just coming up here, and Huck just having a great vision of this Idra army right now in the center of the map. And, you know, Phoenix is just able to go around willy-nilly, as Idra does have this expansion down here. We look at the income tab. Income tab, Idra is definitely in control here with gas and with minerals. He is ahead by a huge margin, not a huge margin, but a well enough margin on the harvester count. Huck has to really come ahead here to catch up with Idra. Of course, we do see some Immortals come out. He is getting ready with that Immortal. Another Immortal is in on the way now. And that's pretty much a really good counter against what he is going to be facing here. These Roaches definitely coming up here, and with this Observer able to start taking out some of that creep tumors just to get the creep moved back just a little bit. And really great placement here by Idra, of course. Pulling back, knowing he has to do something, and look at all these Roaches. Oh my gosh, look at the army of the unit counting station, and we see an Observer coming in with 38 Roaches. Oh my goodness, 38 Roaches. Idra is going for a heavy, as we can see here, with now some Infestors in the mix. 3 more on the way. So he's going for a Roach Infestor army. This should be very interesting, as it looks like Huck's starting to come down on the side, coming around. And again, these Infestors right in the front. Will we see... oh my goodness. Roach is just starting to come up, and Huck just pulling back. He knows he is not a match for this army right now in his current form. And we might see this fungal growth come out from the Infestors. Probably not some infested Terran, but we will probably see some fungal growth coming out there. It's great for these Stalker Balls, especially now that they do a little bit more damage to them. And Huck knows this, so he's definitely pulling back. Spire now coming up for Idra as well. I'm not sure exactly where he has it, but he does have it somewhere. And, of course, now the armies are going to be meeting, and it looks like no force fields coming down right now, but it looks like a huge match coming up here right now. Force fields not coming up, trying to defend against all of these Roaches. Roaches burrowing underneath the force fields, doing a great job getting right in the middle of it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. And look at that. Infested Terrans coming in behind the Stalkers. Stalkers going to do a great job of trying to get them down. Yeah, look at that. Those Infested Terrans coming down really quick, but of course they are like Stimpak Marines, basically. They are on rack. So, and it looks like Idra now trying to be in a defensive mode, as his units did get split up there. And Huck definitely in a very well, unit match here. He is a little bit behind, though. It looks like he's ahead, but he's definitely behind as we look at all these units. Oh my goodness. We look at the units lost, and Idra is a little bit behind there, but it looks like he's going to be catching up, as Huck is going to be getting taken out right here. All of his units getting taken out right here. Oh my goodness. We look at the... Oh my goodness. As he's going for level 2 on his offensive units here. And Huck getting taken out, annihilated right now. And these Infestors being able to stay in the reach here. A couple of them with a lot of health gone. Oh my goodness. And they still have enough energy in there for a fungal growth. So Huck is definitely scrambling here. Definitely scrambling as he's trying to build some Colossi. And coming up into this area, going to start defending this, going for this expansion. As Idra's starting to come up into this expansion area, will he be taking out that probe? That probe is getting taken out. So Idra definitely in an offensive, great offensive position. All these Roaches is coming in, and we do have the Thermal Lance now coming down. He is a little late on getting that. He's going for the Colossus first instead of the Thermal Lance. He will not have the range on these guys, I do not believe. And Colossi coming up, going to try and take out these rocks, going for the little bit more of a highway between the two rocks. And we do have a greater Spire coming out now for Idra. We'll probably be seeing Broodlords coming out very soon. Great game so far between the two matchups here. And we look at the army, and Idra definitely in the lead here, 194 to 115, as Huck's still trying to recuperate from this. He does not have a whole lot of money to win with here. Definitely not looking that great for Huck at the moment, as we see Idra bringing out his Overlords yet again. Overlords, we do love you, and probably going to be spreading that creep out again for all of these Roaches to speed up their use. And again, look at this, a hatchery coming up right outside of Huck's base, and another Overlord just coming in here to just get a view of what's going on. And of course, these Stalkers definitely coming in there to take that out. And Huck just kind of playing around here. He knows that something's going to be happening. He has to keep his army well in between. And of course, all these probes still farming out here on this mineral patch, of course, and really leaving themselves open here. And Idra could just come in and sweep in and just take all of them out. We look at the development tab. We are seeing more Corruptors coming in here. We're seeing Neural Parasite coming out as well. So we're going to see if Idra can take control of some kind of units with his Infestors. Broodlords coming up to the north into Huck's base. We're going to see some devastation coming here, especially with this range, being able to come in and take out all these units. We look at the income, and Huck is definitely behind here. 2,100 to 700, 78 Harvesters, almost, we're getting up to half of Idra's army being Harvesters. He should really be starting to think, well, I shouldn't really say that because look how far ahead he is here, but, we can get to 100 units here, army, just on his army, basically 100 on Harvesters. We look at the army here. He is max 200, 200. So basically, Idra's stuck. He is stuck on this mid-level Roach matchup right now until some of his units do die. So all he has really now is he's just coming in here to, you know, level up here. And Huck just kind of sitting there looking pretty with these Colossi, doing a little bit of damage to the Broodlings. And Broodling's just doing a little bit as he can. And again, the Broodlord's coming in, but these Stalkers are going to be coming in, trying to do as much damage as he can to these Broodlords. Broodlords, of course, pull him back, and being able to get that as some Broodlings coming in here to do some damage to these Photon Cannons. Photon Cannon's going to be the bane of this Roach army, but again, we can get these Infestors in here, getting that fungal growth on these units, and Broodlord's still doing a great amount of damage here. As we're not seeing any more units, of course, being made by Idra. He is, of course, 200 out of 200 yet again. 4 Corruptors now coming into the mix here for Idra, and Idra just starting to put in the pain here as Huck is, you know, not a whole lot of defense here from the Stalkers, but again, great use of force fields here by Huck, forcing Idra to pull back just a little bit. Of course, we do see him using a lot of units, but gaining it back so fast here. It's not even funny as Huck now being forced to draw out as these Roaches coming in and destroying these Photon Cannons, bringing Huck out into the open, and more Broodlords coming, and those Broodlords coming back in here again to defeat Huck as he GG's. So really great use by those Broodlords and these Roaches. A Roach Infestor army. Great job, Idra, just by bringing it in and forcing. I mean, look at this creep. It is just amazing how much creep we have here. And, wow. Just really great use by these Roaches and the Infestors to take out Huck's army of Stalkers and Colossi. So, of course, folks, I'm a Protoss player myself. It's sad to see Huck lose like that. But, wow, you know, the Stalker Colossi mix is not unbeatable. So, you know, if you're if you're a Zerg player, you know, look at this build, look how Idra did it, look how he mixed it all up, and, you know, try and build it in your own. So if you like this game, please subscribe. Please make sure to leave some comments. Please hit that thumbs up button down below. I'll see you guys for game number 3, and you guys take care. Bye.